After England defeated the French at the Battle of Bremule, Normandy was back in King Henry's hands. But 1 year later, his good fortune turned to tragedy. In 1120, his son and heir William Adelin died in a shipwreck. The future of Henry I's kingdom was in jeopardy. Henry desperately needed a new heir. With no legitimate sons left alive, he broke with tradition and chose his daughter, Matilda. Henry forced his barons to swear an oath to accept Matilda as queen. But when the king died, they broke their promise. England would not be ruled by a woman. Matilda's cousin Stephen saw his chance and claimed the throne. The crisis moved to the capital. At Westminster Abbey, Stephen was crowned king, but Matilda wanted what was hers. She was also lining up powerful supporters who would fight Stephen for her right to rule. Their conflict engulfed England in civil war. Fighting raged throughout the land. In 1141, everything focused on one of the kingdom's most strategic cities, Lincoln. Matilda's allies had commandeered the castle. But King Stephen was determined to take it back. He besieged the castle. Stalemate. As dawn broke on February the 2nd, everything was about to change. Matilda's half-brother, Robert of Gloucester, raced to break the siege. As Robert's forces approached Lincoln, Stephen's army turned away from the castle to face them. Robert could win Matilda the crown, but only if his army could win the day. Robert of Gloucester's forces approached Lincoln. Their task, to liberate the castle from King Stephen's siege. While behind Lincoln's walls, troops loyal to Matilda held the castle for the Empress. First, Robert's forces would stage an ambush to prevent enemy reinforcements from joining with King Stephen's army. Robert's men concealed themselves in a sheltered grove and lay in wait for the enemy.
Ich obey thine hiss.
Fenders! Isana nirbi!
We haven't been a gun! Come on! Every champion! Aggressive for sure!
Robert defeated the first column of Stephen's reinforcements, but he knew more were on the way.
Tacketh upp din armes. Hesse zullen be herren.
Serfinus Binatis upon us!
No!
more of Stephen's reinforcements eliminated, Robert was steadily undermining the siege.
Men of arms, we ben verande ute. Hessa shouldn't be here. Ich so hessa aliata. Hessa shouldn't be here. Travail to dawn, men of arms. Et stor shall he have. Every chanyara! Et stor! Grötet på stor! Utjobbar den häst!
Robert's men decimated King Stephen's reinforcements and were poised to break the siege. Continuing the push towards Lincoln, Robert sent in a large company of reinforcements to aid his vanguard. To further weaken the siege, Robert would need to cut off Stephen's supplies. He targeted the nearby market town.
Hestes cometh, foliende Hestes. Nuthan, cometh on. Glidande ne'er hurteth no one never idal. Onti fotas, bereth. Te dwindleth, bereth.
Rallying to Matilda's cause, a large group of knights arrived at Lincoln to bolster Robert's army. With the market town in ruins, King Stephen's supplies began to dwindle. Robert received word that Welsh troops under Matilda's banner were en route to join forces with him. But King Stephen had the roads to Lincoln heavily guarded, and the route was not without risk, even for the hardy Welshmen.
There is none for death. Ut readeth nu, Tulkes. Forth warde frekes, mit baldenes. Ad mina worde ferrech. None shall leave them.
Making their way to Lincoln, Matilda's Welsh allies were ambushed by the king's soldiers. Robert's men would need to aid the Welsh if they wanted their help in breaking the siege. joining forces on the road to Lincoln, Matilda's allied troops made for the castle to lift the siege.
It is Sitha for Actus, ad mina worda fereth. Ich live to hear it. Alles with. Ut readeth nu, Tullius. I shall lede jou. Forth warde frekkes, mid baldenes. Ad mina worda fereth. Alles with it. I shall lede jou. Ut readeth nu, Tulkes.
Robert's forces spotted a large detachment of Stephen's soldiers guarding the castle gates. If they hoped to liberate Lincoln, they would need to break the blockade and rout the army.
At mina word, fereth.
Dute is none burden.
Beyond this Irish! Avoid
Robert's forces scattered the king's army, leaving the gates to the castle unguarded.
Look, jou be thee ready, frekkes. I shall lede jou. Certes.
Robert's men finally united with Lincoln's garrison. They could now use the castle to strengthen their army. To lift the siege, they needed to destroy the enemy camps surrounding the castle.
What needeth be undone? You then did that, see thee to work. Equal have I that he
What needeth be undone? Ik hill build a that building.
good swinker be made.
Springer at the ready. Engine on the way. Hester. Here shall be I hela. Hester's ankomst. Styrande away, alla. Ja. One day we sungas. Freckes haken, du Hestes. Herre, Tukes, herre! Everything is at the Unchip, go for Hestes! Sage Unchip, awaken Hestes! Unchip, go for Hestes! Everything is at the
Matilda's forces struck hard, destroying one of King Stephen's siege camps. King Stephen's army dwindled as Matilda's forces struck down another siege camp.
Tukes, Ure Hestes. Sithe to Faran. Everything is at the Everything is at
The king's army was scattered, and those who didn't fall fled. King Stephen was spotted, shielded by his men. To end the siege, Matilda's forces needed to capture Stephen and rout his army.
Intendeth to when they hit.
Matilda's men closed in and finally captured King Stephen. Matilda's forces had won the battle at Lincoln. But the fight for the crown was not over yet.